Hello, my wonderful fourth grade classroom. So for your very first video that you are going to be watching that has to do with Math Workshop, it's going to be about our expectations, and it's going to be about what it looks like and what it sounds like. So while you're listening to me talk, feel free to look around at what I am pointing to. So in these videos, you are going to be seeing my mouse moving around like this. If my mouse is circling something, that means that is something that I need for you to be looking at, okay? So Math Workshop, we talked about it a little bit during our mini lesson. Our Math Workshop is going to consist of 5 different components. The first component is going to be a mini lesson, and our mini lesson, as you can see, starts at 2:25. So that means that we've got to come straight in from recess and get started on math. Our mini lesson is going to be only 10 minutes long. At 2:35, we are going to immediately begin by starting rotation number 1. Now, eventually, probably on Friday of this week, we are going to be learning about what group we are in. So for our groups, you are either going to be group number 1, group number 2, 3, or 4. Now, when you are looking at this schedule is going to be on a bulletin board right next to my table. It is that taller blank bulletin board that's currently there, and it's going to be labeled MATH, standing for, you guessed it, math. So what this means is each of these letters stand for a different rotation of our math workshop. The math stands for, the M stands for math facts. And what that rotation is you are going to actually be going into Google Classroom, and you are going to be going into a math review section. So pretend like this is your Google Classroom. You are on your stream. Always click on classwork. Once you've clicked on classwork, you will see our data notebook, our chapter 1, and eventually we'll have lots of chapters in between here, and then our fact review. This is where you are going to be clicking on your fact review. Your multiplication practice will always be found here. Now, I have not talked to you about what this looks like yet. We will be going over that later this week. But remember, when you need to get into your math facts, you click on your Google Classroom, Math Massey, and Classwork. What folder is it in? Fact Review. You're going to be clicking on one of the songs, pressing it again, and listening to the music. Hey. And doing the activity. We'll talk about what that activity is later. Going back to our schedule. The A stands for apply with me. This is where you are going to be with me at my table. You're applying it with Mrs. Massey. Whenever you are with me, you will need to always bring your math journal and a pencil. Sometimes we will be working with a worksheet instead of our math journal, but no matter what, you always bring your math journal. The T stands for technology, and that means that you will be going into Google Classroom and watching a video of Mrs. Massey, of me, teaching the concept, and that video is only going to be about 3 to 4 minutes. When you are finished, you are going to be completing an exit ticket, and then, and only then, MobyMax if you have time. Now, again, Math Massey, Classwork. For this section, the technology section, it will be in Google Classroom. When you are in Google Classroom, you are going to be looking in the chapter that we are in. You will always know what chapter you are on. You will always know what lesson you are on because it will be on our bulletin board. I will remind you during our math workshop. So don't worry, you will know where to find things. For example, this lesson will be coming up next week, and it is lesson 1.4, chapter 1, video lesson 1.4. So what you would do is you would click on the assignment. Always read the directions. It says, number 1, watch the video. Make sure you're paying attention. Step 2, complete the exit ticket. Do not rush. This is a grade. Do not move on to the next rotation until you have finished this assignment. So you will click on the video and you will watch it. When you are done, you will click on the exit ticket. It will take you to a new screen and you will complete the quick exit ticket. There will usually only be 4 to 5 questions. Okay, so that is what the technology section looks like. The only time you go to MobyMax is if you finish the video and the exit ticket. Now guys, the video is just going to be a re-teaching of what we did in our 10-minute mini lesson. Sometimes it will go a little farther, sometimes it will just literally be me re-saying what I said before, but it's good to hear it again, okay? So, and then the next one is our hands-on section, which is our math game section. So our maths or our task cards. Now we're going to go over how to practice how to play the math games, where to find all your materials, how to do the task cards, how to record your answers. Yes, I take some of these things for a grade. You heard it, a grade. So there's no faking it. There's no pretending like you're doing it. You got to actually do it, okay? Now, in our math facts section, in our technology section, in our hands-on section, in these 3 sections, you're not with me, right? You're working by yourself, or there's an aide or a para walking around helping you. When you are in the math facts, technology, or hands-on, you should not be interrupting me when I am working with a group. So this is our rotation schedule. We have 4 rotations, and we have 4 different groups. Each rotation will be 15 to 20 minutes long. Unfortunately, because of time, group 4, you're only going to have, or excuse me, group 1, you're only going to have 15 minutes with me, but it's going to work out, promise you. Promise you. Now, you don't know what group you are in yet, but you will find out before the end of this week. So, this is just an overview of what Math Workshop's going to look like. Hopefully, as we practice it today, Thursday, and Friday, we'll be able to get the hang of it. You guys got this. It's going to be awesome.